A thing I haven't spoken much about on here, although I did speak about it on an episode of the New York Times Opinions podcast, is these boat strikes in the Caribbean. And I've tried to make a couple videos about it, and I feel like they haven't been good. But my basic thought here is that we're talking about these, or so many people are talking about these in terms of war crimes. And I think that's wrong. These aren't war crimes because war crimes notably take place under a state of war, under some kind of declared conflict with another state, or even a declared conflict with non-state actors. But we're not in a declared conflict. We're not in a war. Drug trafficking is not a wartime offense. Drug trafficking is a criminal offense. It's always been recognized as a criminal offense. Drug traffickers are criminals, and it is part of international law, domestic law. You might even say some like abstract law of civilization that you don't summarily execute criminals. Traditionally, typically what you do is you board those ships, you interdict them, you board them, you get evidence that people are committing a crime, and then you process them for prosecution. You don't blow up the ships. And you certainly don't blow up the ships and then when there are survivors, you blow them up too. That's not just any offense. That would have been offensive to people in antiquity. It's a fundamental violation of, I think, civilization to fire upon people who have already surrendered and who are shipwrecked. I'll note it was one of the inciting incidents for the villain in the Bond movie Tomorrow Never Dies, recognized as being an evil thing to do. This is all to say that these boat strikes that Hegseth and Trump are directing are not legitimate, they're not lawful, they're not war crimes either. They're murder. They're straightforward, run-of-the-mill murder. This is a murder spree by Trump and Hegseth, and it should be treated as a murder spree. And if we're ever in a situation, if we're ever in a position to hold these people accountable, Hegseth needs to be held accountable. The Supreme Court's already given Trump immunity, but they haven't given Hegseth immunity. He needs to be held accountable for his role in murder, and if he's been pardoned, then there's no reason we can't extradite him to places that will hold him accountable. That's all. That was my thought. That's what I've been thinking about here. This is murder, straightforwardly, and it's actually doing a disservice to our understanding to refer to them as war crimes, because there's no war happening here, only crime.